everybody. This is Linda Frazier, and I'm here at the Tensco Center with another day at the Cancer Crusade auction. Joining me later on will be Sheriff Eads. He will be doing some rebids, and then I'll be back with you at the end of the auction. We want to always say thanks to our many partners that makes all of this happen. City of Dickson for the use of the center for the entire month of April, and that is absolutely wonderful. They keep it rented just about all the time, and for them to let us use the building for the month is just wonderful on their part. They believe in us, what we've been doing for all these years, and we appreciate that. Reagan's Friendly Neighbor Store for the use of the refrigerator. Mark Brown, Dickson Office Supply for the copier. His call for the phone system, couldn't do it without that. Lowe's use of a refrigerator, and that's a new partnership that we have this year, and we're so thankful for them and allowing us to use the refrigerator for the month. And then, of course, we couldn't do it without WDKN. Kenneth Forte and his people, we couldn't do it without them. Been doing it now over 60 years with them, and what a partnership that we have with them. We've got on the phones today Jane Petty and Terry Tennant. We'll be answering the telephone, so whenever you want to call in and bid on something, that's who will be taking care of you. Janie Jones and Debbie Fuller are helping us with the boards. Terry Wires is our volunteer of the day, and he also takes floor bids or whatever else needs to be. Our auction set up this morning, we had Miss Donna Hope Pollard was here, and we appreciate her, and Janie Jones helped us get set up for the day. This afternoon, Andrea Bobian, Melinda Fortner, and McKinley Fortner should be in to help us out, and then Debbie Street and Misty Hall are here on the desk, and we sure couldn't do it without those folks. We want to say a special prayer for Pam Lewis. Her mom passed away this morning, so keep her in your prayers and in your thoughts, and send positive things her way. Pam's kind of had a tough time over the last year or so, and so we'll miss her today. She's usually on the desk. Misty's going to try to take her place, and Misty does a good job, and we appreciate that. We've got some cash donations today. Richard Robinson with the Mount Lebanon Methodist Church, $20. Sandra Self, Mount Lebanon Methodist Church, $50. Marshall Fuson with Morrison and Fuson, $100. Stephanie Ramsey, Morrison and Fuson, $20. Anna Rackley with Dickson First Methodist, $50. Michelle Street with First Bank and in memory of sweet Judy Street McEwen, bless her heart, that's $50. Melissa Morgan with Dickson Title in memory of Trevor Daniel, $40. And Angela Scott, Dickson First Methodist, for $50. We thank everybody for those cash donations because it takes it all. Bidding on the items is one thing, but cash donations also help. We want to remind everybody that Applebee's, April the 21st, lunch or dinner, dine in or carry out. They'll donate 25% of the sales that day to the cancer auction. So remember, and that's next Tuesday. So remember to go by Applebee's for lunch or dinner, and tell them that you want that you're doing that for the cancer auction, and they'll make sure that they get that taken care of. Folks, we're think about 8 days into the auction. We have raised over $22,000. So we're here. Our goal this month was 50, and we're hoping we can exceed that. So we're almost halfway there, and we've got, with today, it'll be 14 days left in the auction. We've got a lot of good items here on hold. Please come to the Tensco Community Center and look at items, bid on them, because that's how it all works. I tell people it starts out kind of like a silent auction, and then it turns into a radio auction, a live auction. So it's a really unique thing that we do here, raising money for the Cancer Society. Today we've got the organizations of First Bank, Morrison and Fuson, Dickson First Methodist Church, Dickson Title, Miss Lolly's Baked Goods, and Cornerstone Animal Hospital. And we thank those folks for all the items, and we've got a lot of good food items, but we've got a lot of good other items as well, non-food items. And how this works is I'll read the item number, what it is, description of it, and who the high bidder is. And if you hear something, call 615-441-9594 and start bidding on these items. So here we go. We've got 2 VIP passes to the Andrew Jackson's Hermitage, and George Duffy's got a $20 bid on that. Item number 214. Item number 264 is a $50 gift certificate from Murphy CB, and Sherry Fielder now says $50 on that. LaFronda Blunt, you're out. Donna Hope Pollard, you're out. That's item 264. Item number 351 is a Matrix Little Miss set. It's Miss Glow Getter set. Includes color protecting shampoo, conditioner, and Gatekeeper heat protection conditioner. Hazel Craig has got a $15 bid on that. That's item 351. Item number 473 is Dark Wood Frame Earth Tones Picture. It's for the Friends of the Auction, donated by Alicia Parchman, who is a cancer patient battling it as well. It's a 30 by 30 inch picture. We need a bid on this item. That's item 473. Item number 582 is Walk Through Fire hardback book. It's for the Friends of the Auction, donated by Robert Wetterow in memory of his dad, Bob. This book is Walk Through Fire. It's about the train disaster that happened in Waverly many, many years ago, and tragic thing that happened, but a lot of things, lessons learned from that as well. Linda Fraser starting that off with $15. That's item number 582. Item number 585 is a cinnamon apple bread for donated by Barbara Spann of Dickson First Methodist Church. Cindy Weatherspoon Lee has got a $10 bid on that. That's item 585. Item number 586 is a Christmas door hanger bowls. It's anonymous donor for Friends of the Auction. It's 2 door Christmas hangers and 2 Christmas bowls and a 3.4 Tyler candle, unprecedented scent. We need a bid on this item. That's item 586. Item number 587. And friends, this will make your mouth water just me telling you about it. It is an orange creamsicle cake donated by Patty Young for Friends of the Auction, and she made this. It is an absolutely beautiful cake. It's an orange creamsicle ombre cake, 3 layers with plate and server, beautiful plate and server. It is in honor of Dee Dee Taylor, and Terry Wires is starting that off with $50, but absolutely beautiful cake. That's item 587. Item number 595 is a cake stand and server, Friends of the Auction, donated by Brenda Daniel, and it's a Friends Make Life Sweeter picture frame cake stand with cake server, which is absolutely beautiful. Brownie mix, caramel walnut turtle brownie mix. Lane Heath is starting that. It's got a $25 bid on that. Petra Jackson, you're out. That's item 595. Item number 596 from Dickson Apothecary is a Tennessee sweatshirt. It is a medium size. Renee Vestal's got a $25 bid on that. That's item 596. That's a white Tennessee sweatshirt. Item number 597 is a carrot cake with carrier for the Friends of the Auction, donated by Rita Brown, and bless her heart, she brings at least 1 or 2 cakes a day. This carrot cake with cream cheese icing and the carrier, Vicki Daniels got a $25 bid on that. That's item 597. Item number 598, the 2.5 gallon begonia. Detrondo, I'm not sure what that is. Morrison and Fuson Insurance, Kendra Furby has donated that, and Diane Christensen now has a $25 bid. Debbie Miller, you're out. That's item 598. Item number 599 is a fudge pie made by Allie Hill for Morrison and Fuson Insurance, and Bill Berry's got a $9 bid on that. Carol Talley, you're out. That's item number 599. Item number 600 is a apricot nectar cake made by Amanda Blair for Morrison and Fuson Insurance. Carol Talley starting that off with $10. That is a 9 by 13 apricot nectar cake. Item number 600. Item number 601 is a 2.5 gallon geranium donated by Justin Mercer for Morrison and Fuson Insurance, and It's a pink in color. Debbie Miller has got a $20 bid on that. That's item 601. Item number 602 is a Kimberly Fern, large. And when I say large, I mean large. It is absolutely beautiful. Donated by Stephanie Fuson Scott for Morrison and Fuson Insurance. Renee Vestal's got a $25 bid on that. LaFronda Blunt, you're out. That's item 602. Item number 603 is a pint of spiced coffee. You just add water to that. It's donated by Morrison and Fuson. We need a bid on this item. That's item 603. Item number 604 is a lemon blueberry pound cake donated by Reed and Shirley Walker for Dickson First Methodist. It's a beautiful cake. It's even got a little wooden cross, and I'm sure Mr. Reed made that. Renee Vestal's got a $25 bid on that. That's item 604. Item number 605 is another pint of the spiced coffee, where you just add water to it, donated by Morrison and Fuson. We need a bid on this item. That's item 605. Item number 606 is a marigold, 10-inch marigold planter, donated by Chandler Summerall for Matt Morrison and Fuson. Debbie Fuller says $12. Margaret Duke, you're out. And LaFronda Blunt, you're out. That's item 606. Item number 607 is a blue hyacinth bulbs donated by Chandler Summerall for Morrison and Fuson, and Diane Christensen is starting that off with $10. That's item number 607. Item number 608 is another large Kimberly Fern, and it is large, donated by Tommy Fuson for Morrison and Fuson Insurance, and we need a no, it started off with a bid of $15, but it's up to Diane Christensen. It's got a $30 bid on that. Renee Vestal, you're out. That's item number 608. That's in a approximately 32 inches tall. It is a beautiful fern. Item number 612 is, folks, if you like Janet Cluck's Rotel Pimento and Cheese, here you go. Rotel Pimento and Cheese and Crackers, donated by Janet Cluck for the Dickson Cancer Auction Board, and Warren Fielder starting that off with $15. That's item number 612. And that's got a box of wheat thins that comes with that. Item number 613 is another 2 cups of Rotel with Triscuits, donated by Janet Cluck for the 4-H clubs. Jane Petty's got a $10 bid on that. That's item number 613. Item number 614 is a strawberry cake, and the plate is included. It's strawberry cake with cream cheese icing, and made by Barbara Weinstein for the Dickson First Methodist. Vicki Daniels got a $25 bid on that. That's item 614. Item number 615 is cinnamon rolls from Maya Ribka with First Bank, and that's in a 9-inch plate. That's on a 9-inch plate. We need a bid on these items, and I looked at those. They look really, really good. That's item number 615. I think they're homemade. Item number 616 is homemade brownies by Courtney Allen for First Bank. It's in a 9x13 pan. William Hall has got a $15 bid on that. That's item 616. Item number 617. Folks, listen to this now. We haven't had many meals this year, but this is one. It's a full meal. It's 2-pound chuck roast, potatoes, carrots, broccoli, and rolls. It is donated by Mary Stacy for First Bank in memory of Janie Corbin. We need a bid on this item, folks. This is item number 617. You want dinner tonight? That's probably a pretty good deal for that. Item number 618 is a pecan pie with carrier, donated by Lisa Hesse for First Bank, and Vicki Owens has got a $15 bid on that. That's item 618. Item number 619 is from Emily. It's a lemon blueberry loaf for First Bank, and it's got lemon glaze on it. Kayla Fuller's got a $20 bid. Sheriff Fielder, you're out. That's item 619. Item number 620 is an Italian cream cake, and I've looked at this one too, folks. This is absolutely beautiful cake. Chuck Burgess with Farm Credit Mid-America has donated that. It's a 3-layer Italian cream cake with cream cheese icing, and it is in a carrier. LaFronda Blunt has got a $20 bid on that. LaFronda Blunt is a baker in her own right, and she's bidding on this cake. You know it's going to be good. That's item number 620. Item number 621 is a Nutella. If you like Nutella, this is a Nutella cheesecake with an Oreo crust. How could it get any better than that? Glenda Sullivan with the Dickson Retired Teachers Association has donated that, and we need a bid on this item. That's item number 621. That's about halfway through the items for today. I'm going to read the rest of them, and then when I get finished, then I'll turn it over to the sheriff for the rebids. So listen up, 615-441-9594. If you've heard something that you want to bid on, please keep on bidding. Item number 622 is a cream cheese pound cake donated by Chuck Burgess for Dickson First Methodist Church. Donna Holt starting that off with $20. It was his mother's recipe, and a plate is included. That's item number 622, cream cheese pound cake. Item number 623 is a purple dahlia donated by Kenya Holt for First Bank. It's about 12 inches tall. It's in memory of Ruth Lampley. Debbie Miller is starting that off with $15. That's item 623. Item number 624 is 14 butterscotch bites, donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist Church. And in honor of the Dickson County Cancer Board, Brenda Walker now says $10 on that. That's item 624. Item number 625 is honey chicken salad with rolls, donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist. Miss Anna has donated many items. She's another one of our good cooks in the county. It is donated. It's got the Hawaiian sweet rolls with it. It's in memory or honor of First Methodist members touched by cancer. And Tammy Brown is starting that off with $10. That's item 625. Item number 626 is a dozen of butterscotch bars donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist. We need a bid on this item. She said thank you to all of the sponsors that allow the Cancer Crusade auction to happen each year. Bless you, Miss Hannah. That's item 626. Item number 627 is a rice and bean salad donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist, and that's in memory of her husband, Oliver Rackley. Item number 627, we need a bid on this item. Item number 628 is butterscotch bites by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist. It's a dozen of those. It's in memory of Elizabeth Zapp, Claire Wilson, Betty Wolf, Carolyn Kephart, and Louise Stewart. And all ladies that I think they were in the Red Hat Society with her. But anyway, we need a bid on this item. That's item 628. Item number 629 is pimento cheese with rolls, donated by Anna Rackley with Dickson First Methodist Church, and that's in memory of her hubby, Oliver Rackley, and Renee Vestal's got a $25 bid. That's item 629. Item number 630 is a dozen of butterscotch bites, donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist Church. It's in memory of Trevor Daniel. Brenda Walker starting that off with $5. It's a dozen of those butterscotch bites. That's item 630. Item number 631 is 6 Christmas tree candle holders for Freedom Baptist Church, donated by Wanda Clifton, and we need a bid on this item. That's item number 631. Item number 632 is framed lilies, donated by Wanda Clifton for Freedom Baptist Church, and it's like a 13 by 13 frame purple lilies. We need a bid on this item. That's item 632. Item number 633 is it's a small Christmas cactus donated by Sheila Woodard from Mount Zion Community, and we need a bid on this item. That's item 633. Item number 637 is a dozen of butterscotch bites donated by Anna Rackley for Dickson First Methodist. It's in memory of Trevor Daniel. We need a bid on this item. That's item 637. Trevor just recently lost his battle with cancer, and he had been battling it about 3 or 4 years. So want to remember that family as well. Item number 641 is Mexican cornbread, donated by Peggy Dunnigan for Dickson Title. Vicki Owens is starting that out with $10. It's a 9-inch round Mexican cornbread. That's item number 641. Item number 642 is a hummingbird feeder with 1.5 liter of nectar, donated in memory of Peggy Dunnigan. Ashley Golden has donated that for Dickson Title. Donna Hope Pollard starting that off with a $20 bid. That's item number 642, Hummingbird Feeder. They're already started to come around, so you might need one of those for your porch or your deck. Item number 643 is a monstera plant with pots and poles. The poles are like it's a moss pole to help support the plant. It's in a 6-inch ceramic pot. Donated by Bristol McKinney and Montana Bates for Dickson Title. Elaine Heath is starting that off with $10. That's item 643. Item number 644 is Coach New York Perfume Spray. It's a 3.3 ounces of that. Ashley Gillette with Dickson Title has donated that. Tammy Brown starting that off with $10. That's item 644. Item number 645 is July 4th goodies, and I'll read about that. Jamie Ross and Sarah Reeves with Dickson Title has donated that. It's a red, white, and blue star bowl with 2 dish towels, 2 cans of koozies, 2 canned koozies, 2 beverage sippers, and a 1776 decoration. Perfect for your Independence Day celebration. Kayla Fuller starting that off with $10. That's item 645. Item number 646, and this is a beautiful plant. It's a 1.5 gallon calla lily, and it's yellow in color. It's donated in memory of Patty Pierce by Ashley Golden of Dickson Title, and Diane Christensen has got a $25 bid on that. Vicki Daniel, LaFronda, you're both out on that one. Item 646. Item number 647 is a small mason jar of hummingbird feeder with nectar. And Ashley Golden has donated that for Dickson Title. LaFronda Blunt's got a $5 bid on that. That's item 647. Item number 648 is a pollination station, shelter and nesting for butterflies, ladybugs, and solitary bees. It's donated by Ashley Golden for Dickson Title, and Kayla Fuller has got a $15 bid on that. Tammy Brown, you're out. That's item 648. Item number 649 is a homemade coconut cake with carrot container. And folks, this is a beautiful coconut cake. Whenever we took the lid off of it to look at it, it was like, you gained 5 pounds right off just smelling it. Cheryl Paulus with Dickson First Methodist Church. It's a 3-layer, 8-inch homemade coconut cake, and cured 3 days in the fridge. Cure 3 days in the fridge before serving. Vicki Daniels got a $25 bid on that. That's item number 649. That is a homemade coconut cake. Item number 650 is a caramel pecan pie donated by Cheryl Paulus for Dickson First Methodist. It's a 9-inch homemade caramel pecan pie, and it comes with a glass dome display stand. Larry Miller is starting that off with a $50 bid. That's item number 650. Item number 651 is a homemade carrot cake, and this is a beautiful cake as well with cream cheese frosting. It comes with a Tupperware container. Cheryl Paulus of Dickson Methodist Church has donated that, and Cheryl Paulus herself is starting that off with a $75 bid. So if you'll buy your own cake back, you know that it's going to be good. But folks, don't let her buy her own cake back. That's item number 651. Item number 652, and some of these cakes, they freeze really well too. So if you don't need them now, let's put them in the freezer, and you can pull them out and thaw them, and they'll be good later on if you need them. So don't just think you got to eat them all at this time. Item number 652 is a good old Rocky Top long sleeve T-shirt. It's size large. Susan Shepard, Dickson Apothecary, donated that. Andy Suggs now has a $10 bid. That's item 652. Item number 653 from Susan Shepard, Dickson Apothecary, is a 25 by 19 assembled frame UT puzzle, and it's really, really pretty. It's backyard animals celebrating the Vols. We need a bid on this item. Item number 653. Where are you, UT fans? Item number 654 is a UT orange sweatshirt, size extra large, donated by Susan Shepard at the Apothecary, and Elaine Heath starting that off with $10. That's item number 654. It's got Rocky Top and Smoky on the front. It's a pretty one. Item number 655 is a Neyland Stadium canvas picture donated by Susan with Dickson Apothecary. It's a 23.5 by 16-inch picture of checkerboard Neyland Stadium, and we need a bid on this item. That's item 655. Okay, UT folks. Item number 657, famous chewy brownies with pecans. And if you've ever had any of LaFronda Blunt's cooking, her desserts, they're absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's a 9 by 9 inch pan of famous chewy brownies with pecans. Mac Adams has got a $25 bid on that. Diane Christensen, you're out. That's item 657. Item number 658 is a praline pecan cake. It's a 9 by 13, donated by LaFronda Blunt from Miss Lolly's Baked Goods. And oh man, it looked absolutely wonderful. Rubber Toe started it off, but Diane Christensen got a $15 bid on that. That's item 658. Item number 659 is another batch of famous chewy brownies 9 by 9 pan. Donated by LaFronda Blunt from Miss Lolly's Baked Goods, and Vicki Owens got a $10 bid on that. That's item 659. And our last item for the day is item number 660, Speedy Bean Salad, and it's 1.5 pints of Speedy Bean Salad, donated by Warren Fielder for Eno Community. Renee Vestal now says $20 on that. That's item number 660. So that's all of our items for the day, folks. Now the bidding starts. 615-441-9594. We've got a couple of phones that have been busy, maybe a third phone that's been kicking in, but we want all of our phones busy. So call in and bid often, bid high. I'm going to turn it over to the sheriff right now and let him do some rebids, and I can be back at the end of the show if I need to. Here you go, Sheriff.
All right, Miss Linda, great job on getting all those called out. Got a quick announcement before I start reading these off. State Stove, or actually A.O. Smith, sorry about that. The hot water heater should be here tomorrow. They usually donate one to the auction, so that'll be up for a future auction. I encourage you folks to get out here, get by the Tensco Community Center. They've got it well organized. You can check out a lot of the bigger items will be coming in the days to come as we get closer to the end. We got a kayak and all the stuff you need to go float with, including a fishing pole. So get out here and check out some of these bigger items. Just come by. I think what time we start getting in here each day? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you can come by. And live auction starts at 2 o'clock to about 2:55. So with that being said, I think there may even be a couple of refrigerators here. I don't know, but let's get started. Item 473 is a 30 by 30 dark wood frame earth tones neutral picture. I looked at it. It's very pretty. Somebody needs to call in on 473 and get me a bid. Somebody get us started. All right, item number 582. That's the hardback book, Walk Through the Fire. That's about the disaster that happened many years ago. I was a kid, the Waverly train disaster. And Miss Linda, you're out. Dolores Clifton, you're out. Brenda Walker says $25 for that book, $25. All right, we got a loaf of cinnamon apple bread, 585 from the Dickson First Methodist Church. Donor, Miss Barbara Spann. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Dolores Clifton says, let's get it. Now, Miss Cindy Weatherspoon Lee, you're out. Dolores Clifton got you at $12 this way. I got my coaches in the background. I'm going to get fired, and I ain't been on the air 2 minutes. So how much would y'all pay to get me off the air or on the air? I'm not sure. Y'all can call in the bid. We do got some phone activity over there, so good job, public. Good job. 586, need a bid on this. Is 2-door Christmas hangers and 2 Christmas tree bowls, 3.4 Tyler candle. It's pretty nice, so somebody call in and give me a bid on that. Get my water out of the way. All right, here we go. $5.99 fudge pie, Fuson Insurance. Allie donated. It's a 9-inch. Carol Talley, you're out. Bill Berry, you're out. Carol Talley says $12. $12. So let's see here. Bill, you want that pie? You better call back in here and get me a bid going. Get that bid up. This is Morrison Fuson. Pint of spiced coffee looks good. Just add water, some hot water. Morrison Fuson's the donor on that. Terry Tennant says $5 on 603. 603. 604, this is that lemon blueberry pound cake. That's a monster cake. I'm almost scared of it. It looks beautiful. The organizations from our Dickson First Methodist, Reed and Shirley Walker. Mr. Reed and Shirley. Renee Vestal, you're out with a $25 bid. Brenda Walker says $30 on this lemon blueberry pound cake. 605, another thing of spiced coffee. Just add water. Morrison Fuson, I'm out. Mrs. Zulowski has got a $15 bid on that. I'm going to let that go for right now, but stay tuned to the phone and radio because I might have to up that bid here in a minute. We'll see what else. I got a couple other bids. I got to manage my money, but I'm going to walk out of here with something. I'll just say that. 606, Marigold, 10-inch planter, Morrison Fuson, Chandler Summer Hour. It's an orange Marigold, 10-inch planter. Kara Zawinski, Debbie Fuller, you're out. Now have a $15 bid on 606. All right, strawberry cake with cream cheese icing on a plate, 614. Dickson First Methodist, Barbara Weinstein, has that. Vicki Daniel, you're out. Brenda Walker says $30 for that strawberry cake. Homemade cinnamon rolls and plate. First Bank, Myra, Rebecca, I'm sorry, I've just butchered that name, but Maya, we'll just stick with Maya. Thank you for donating. They look good. Bill Berry, you're out. Nancy Robertson says $10 on the homemade cinnamon rolls. All right. Here we go. Full 2-pound chuck roast, potatoes, carrots, broccoli, and rose. Pot roast meal, 617, a member of Janie Corbin. Donor was Mary Stacy. Lisa Heggie has put me out. How about it, Lisa? Let's go 30. Can y'all put Tim Eads down, 617 for $30? And we'll see how bad Miss Lisa wants that pot roast because I am very fond of pot roast and carrots and taters. 621, Nutella cheesecake. Dickson retired. Donors Glenda Sullivan. Teachers Association, okay? It's Nutella cheesecake with Oreo crust. I've never heard of that, but if you love Nutella and Oreos, this might be 621 is what you need. So Betty Lee has got to start it out with a $20 bid on the Nutella Oreo crust cake. Sounds good. I'm going to take a sip of water, and here we go. They working me up here hard, folks. I'm telling you, may have to hide somewhere here. With Cheems, 622 cream cheese pound cake, Dickson First Methodist. Mr. Chuck Burgess has donated this pound cake, his mother's recipe, with a plate. And so you know it's got to be good. Donna Holt, you're out. Jackie Fayette has got a high bid of $30 on 622. 623, Purple Dahlia. First Bank, Kenya Holt. It's 12 inches tall, memory of Ruth Lampley. Debbie Miller, you're out. Glenda Sullivan says $20. All right. They messing with me. They got me passing papers left and right. Usually it's one way or the other. I think they're picking on me. Somebody call in here and I'll bid $10 to make them leave me alone. All right, honey chicken salad with rose. First Dickson First Methodist, Anna Rackley, item 625. It's in it's Hawaiian Sweet Rose, a member in honor of First Methodist members touched by cancer. All right, David Hamilton, you're out. Tia Brown says $20 on 625. A dozen butterscotch bars, Dickson First Methodist, Anna Rackling. It's a dozen butterscotch bars. Thank you to all the sponsors that allowed the Cancer Crusade auction to happen. Jody Bear, looks like $10 on 626, 627. Rice and bean salad. Dickson First Methodist, Anna Rackley. There's rice and bean salad, 2 cups in memory of Oliver Rackley. I still got the high bid on that at $10, 627. Somebody want to beat me? Should be your chance to beat the sheriff today. All right, 627. 628, butterscotch bites. Dickson First Methodist. Miss Anna Rackley come in here. She's been cooking herself to death here. So, but it's all good stuff. So Nancy Robinson got a $5 bid on 628. It's 1 dozen of butterscotch bites. In memory of Elizabeth Zapp, Claire Wilson, Betty Wolf, Carolyn Kephart, and Louise Stewart. Number 628. 633, Christmas cactus. That's what everybody needs for Christmas is a cactus. Mount Sinai, Sinai Community, Sheila Woodard. All right, Nancy Robertson, you out. David Hamilton says $10. He must be fond of cactuses. So 633. 637, a dozen of butterscotch bites. Dickson First Methodist, Anna Rackley, a dozen butterscotch bites, a member of Trevor Daniel. Thank you, Miss Rackley. I think it's Rodney Clifton says $5. Can y'all put Tim Eads down for 10 on 637? Those butterscotch bites in memory of my guy. Mexican cornbread, 641, Dickson title, Peggy Dunnigan, a 9-inch round Mexican cornbread. Looks like it's on a pretty nice looking plate over there. One of those kind of antique ones. Valerie Owens, you're out. Betty Gilmer says $15 on 641. 642, hummingbird feeder with nectar. This time of year, the old hummingbirds are out, so let's get them fed. 642, the donor's Ashley Golden. It's donated, member of Miss Peggy Dunnigan. Donna Pollard Hope, you're out. Nancy Robertson says $25. She must love hummingbirds. All right, we got Coach Perfume, Dickson title, Ashley Gillette, number 644. Coach New York Perfume Spray, it's a 3.3 ounce. Tammy Brown, you're out. Jody Bear says $15 on 644. Fourth of July goodies, Dickson title, Jamie Ross and Sarah Reeves is item 645. It's red, white, and blue star bowl with dish towels, koozies, beverage sippers, and a 1776 decoration. It is a nice looking basket. I looked at it myself. Kara Zawowski, you're out. Doris Clifton says $16. Now come on, Karen, call back in here. Don't let her beat you over $1. I want to see some phones lighting up. I just wouldn't let nobody beat me over $1. $6.49, homemade coconut cake with a container. Dickson First Methodist. Cheryl Paulus. It's a 3-layer, 8-inch homemade coconut cake sealed in Tupperware container. Cured 3 days in the fridge before serving. Well, when you start curing stuff, you know it's got to get good. So, Brenda Walker, you're out. Miss LaFronda Blunt has $40 high bid on that, and so she may be trying to steal your recipe. I don't know. Good old Rocky Top long sleeve T-shirt. All right, Dickson Apothecary, Susan Shepherd. It's a long sleeve white T-shirt, size large, with good old Rocky Top and smoky on the front. All right, Sue Chester, you're out. Clifton at $25. They scratched the name out, but I think it looked like it may have been Dolores. All right, item 653. 653. Dickson Apothecary, Susan Shepherd. It's a symbol and frame 9 by 25 UT puzzle with barnyard animals celebrating the fall. Jordan Vaughn says $5, only bid on 653. So I checked that out. It's a pretty nice piece of artwork to hang up. We got a UT sweatshirt, size extra large, Susan Shepherd from Dickson Apothecary, 654. 654 is the number. Rhonda Adams says $12. Looks like Earlene Heath, you're out on 654. 655, Neyland Stadium canvas. Picture, Dickson Apothecary, Susan Shepherd. It's a 23.5 by 16-inch picture, checkerboard, Neyland Stadium. Jordan Vaughn says $5 on 655. 658, praline pecan cake. Miss Lolly's Baked Goods. That's donors Miss LaFronda Blunt. I've had her cooking, and it is, and baking, and it is extremely good, y'all. Miss Debbie Martin says $20. You're out. Diane Christensen. So Miss Debbie Martin has got the high bid on 658. Got a couple here we need some a bid on. Six Christmas tree Freedom from Freedom Baptist. It's a candle holder. Wanda Clifton 631. 6 candle Christmas tree iron wire candle holders. Hey, Terry Tennant says $5 on 631. Thank you, Terry. We got a 13 by 13 frame purple lilies. Freedom Baptist Church, Wanda Clifton. It's one of those that kind of look like you're looking into some death, so it's nice. Somebody call in here and give us a bid on 632. It is a nice piece of artwork. I've done bought several pieces. My wife Cheryl's going to get me if I drag home any more hanging stuff. So here we go. Dark wood frame, earth tones picture, friends of the auction, Elisa Parchment. It's a 30 by 30 dark wood frame, earth tones neutral. If you don't like the picture, you'll have a nice frame. So $473. Somebody give me a bid on $473. All right. Woo, fixing to go back through some rebids. I see the phones are up and running. $582 on the disaster handbook. Dolores Clifton says $30. You're out, Brenda Walker, on the Waverly book about the disaster. Okay, they got me going back the other way now. All right, here we go. Y'all gonna get me taught one of these days, maybe. All right, cinnamon apple bread. That looked good. First Methodist, Miss Barbara Spann, $5.85. Brenda Walker says $15. Dolores Clifton, you are out. Miss Brenda Walker has the high bid. All right, Christmas door hanging bowls. Anonymous donor, friends of the auction, $5.86. Somebody give me a bid on there. Come on, $5. Let's get it started. All right, Tennessee sweatshirt, Dickson Apothecary. Renee Vestal, you're out. Rhonda Clifton says $30 on the Tennessee sweatshirt. All right. Got this carrot cake, $5.97 with the carrier. Vicki Daniel, you're out. Tia Brown says $30 now. $30 for the carrot cake. Who don't love carrot cake? All right. Fudge pie, $5.99. Morrison Fuson Insurance, Allie. Carol Talley's got the high bid of $12. Bill Berry, you're out. You want that, Bill? You need to light them phones up over there and call in. Give us another $1 or $2 now. Come on, we're raising money. All right, apricot nectar cake. The hummingbirds probably be bidding on this one. Morrison Fuson, Amanda Blair, this is $600, item $600. Allie Marshall, you're out. Carol Talley says $20 on $600. Kimberly fern, it's a large fern. It's a nice fern. Miss Linda commented on it earlier. I mean, both of them are huge ferns. Morrison Fuson, Stephanie Fuson, and Scott. Alice Marshall says $40. You're out. Renee Vestal on 602, the ferns. You want that fern? Light that phone up. Let's get it going. This is that lemon blueberry pound cake, 604 from Dickson First Methodist, Reed and Shirley Walker. Sue Chester now has a high bid of $35. You're out, Brenda Walker, on the lemon blueberry cake, 604. 605, the spiced coffee. Morrison Fuson, pint of spiced coffee, just add water. Whitney Quall says $20. You're out. Karis Zawinski, you're out. Okay, sorry. I got that. I apologize in advance, folks. I can barely pronounce my own name some days. All right, Miss Whitney's got that at $20 on 605, 608. Another large Kimberly fern from Morrison Fuson by Tommy Fuson. All right, Alice Marshall says $40. You're out. Diane Christensen, you're out. The 608 has a hot bid of $40 on it now. Cinnamon Rolls, First Bank, Maya, last name R, I'm going to leave it at that. Julian McCoy, you're out. Nancy Robertson says $13 on 615. 617, a pot roast meal. All right, it's 2-pound chuck roast in memory of Janie Corbin. Donor was Mary Stacy, item 617. I've got the high bid of $30 on that, so if you want to take that pot roast away from me, better light a phone up or I'm going home with pot roast. I'm going to eat good and take a nap after all this. Italian ice cream cake. Farm Credit Mid-America. Chuck Burgess is donor on item 620. Man, that thing sounds good. David Hamilton, you're the high bidder. Miss LaFronda, you're out. The high bid is now $22. $22. Now, I got this. I'll go back to you. Hey, I am trainable, believe it or not. Look at here. Now, whew. Butterscotch Bites. Now, folks, the time's going to be running out here pretty quick. So if you really want it, this might be your last chance to bid. So bid high. Butterscotch Bites, 622. This is in memory of Elizabeth Zapp, Claire Wilson, Betty Wolf, Carolyn Kephart, and Louise Stewart. Tia Brown says $10. You're out, Nancy Robertson. All right, item 633, the Christmas cactus. Becky Vado says 17. You're out. David Hamilton on 633. 659. Famous Chewy Brownies by Miss Lolly's. Miss LaFronda Blunt. 9 by 9 pan of Famous Chewy Brownies. Carol Talley has a high bid. You're out. Vicki Owens. Miss Carol has a high bid of $20. All right, and I done messed up. I was bragging on myself. See what happens? You kind of get cocky doing this, and then you crash and burn. So, all right, here's that pimento cheese with Rose, Dickson First Methodist, and Rackley. Item 629. Renee Vestal says $25. Thank you, Miss Renee. All righty, framed lilies. We got us a bid of $5. Thank you, Jaden Worrell. $5 on 632, 644. This is a Coach perfume. That's probably good stuff if it has anything to do with Coach. That's Dickson Title. Ashley Gillette. Tia Brown says $20. You're out. Jody Bear on 644. 645, 4th of July goodies. It's a nice little basket. Thank you, Carol Zawowski. $20. You're out. Dolores Clifton on the patriotic 4th of July stuff. All right. All right. Kayla Lilly, 1.5 Dickson Title. Ashley Golden. It's yellow in a 1.5 gallon pot. Donated member of Patty Pierce. Vicki Daniel, you're out. Diane Christensen says $25 on 646, 647. Small mason jar with hummingbird feeder and nectar. Dickson Title. Ashley Golden. LaFronda, you're out. High bid, $10 on 647. 648, Pollination Station. Ashley Golden again. 648. Tommy Brown, you're out. Kayla Fuller says $15 on 648. Item 660, the Speedy Bean Salad. Eno Community, Mr. Warren Fielder. That sounds good. Item 660, Renee Vestal, you're out. Patricia Deason has a high bid now of $25. Good old Rocky Top long sleeve t-shirt. Dickson Apothecary, Miss Susan Shepard. All right. Clifton, you're out. Rhonda Adams says $30. I think she is a UT fan. She finally come in there at the last minute and jumped on that. So, all right, we got some more rebids coming here. I'm going fast as I can. We're going to tighten this up. 473. Diana Moore says $3. 586. Hanging Bows. Diana Moore says $3. Thank you, Diana, for calling in and giving us a bid. $5.96, the Tennessee sweatshirt. Dickson Apothecary. Rhonda Adams, you're out. Renee Vestal is a bigger fan at $45. So, apricot nectar cake, that sounds good. Is this a hummingbird bid? No, wait a minute. Amanda Blair, thank you for donating that. Janet Hanna says 21. You're out. Carol Talley on item 600. 604, this lemon blueberry pound cake's getting to be real popular here. So item 604 donated by Reed and Shirley Walker. Brenda Walker has the high bid at 40. You're out, Sue Chester. Come on. That was a $5 jump there. You can got another $5. Let's call in here and light that phone up and get this cake. All right. 2 cups of Rotel. Miss Janet Cluck. Everybody knows how famous that is. 613 is the number. Linda Frazier says 15. Jane Petty, you're out. Miss Linda's got you on that one. Pot roast meal. All right. Item 617. Vicki Dawson has beat me at $35. Item 617. Can y'all call her and get her address? I'm just kidding. Thank you, Miss Vicki, for calling in and outbidding me at this second right here. Nutella cheesecake, Oreo crust, Dickson Retired Teachers Association, Glenda Sullivan. Renee Vestal says $30. Betty Lee, you are out on item 621. Item 621. Okay. They're giving me more here. This dark wood frame picture, 473, Alicia Parchment. Carol Talley says 5. You're out. Diana Moore. That way. All right. I don't know why I struggle with that. But anyway, 612, the Rotel Pimento Cheese, Janet Cluck. Joy Stinson says $18. Warren Fielder, you're out on 612. Italian cream cheese cake icing, $6.20. Farm Credit, Chuck Burgess. LaFronda Blunt says $30. You're out. David Hamilton on 620. On 620. All right. Here we go. Homemade carrot cake with cream icing, $6.51. Larry Miller says $100. Come on in there, Miss Linda. Woo, $6.51, $100. We got a triple bit digit here today. Speedy Bean Salad, item 660. Warren Fielder. Patricia Deason, you're out. Renee Vestal says $35. Got 2 minutes on the floor here, so we're getting down. So, like I say, don't be shy. Call in here if you want that item. Let's just go on and get your heart right. Dickson First Methodist Church, Chuck Burgess, $6.22. It's Chuck's My Mother's Recipe. Jackie Fayette, Donna Holt, you're out. Jackie Fayette says $30 on $6.22. Way to go. $6.23. Purple, it says Purple Flowers, $6.23. Kenya Holt. Glenda Sullivan says $20. You're out, Debbie Miller. $6.24. The Butterscotch Bites. Brenda Walker says $10. It's in honor of the Dickson County Cancer Board. $6.25. The Honey Chicken and Salad Rolls. $6.25. Anna Rackley. David Hamilton, you're out. Tia Brown says $20. All righty, $6.30. More Butterscotch Bites, $6.30. Item Brenda Walker says $5 on the Butterscotch Bites in memory of Trevor Daniel. Okay. Was there 2 of those? Oh, there's 2. Okay. Christmas Tree, First Baptist Church, Wanda Clifton. 6:30. 4 bids are closed, so that means I think we got a couple more minutes, so I'll go fast as I can. Terry Tennant says $5 on 631. 632. Frame Lilies, $5. Jaden Warren. 633. Christmas Cactus. Becky Vido says $17. You're out, David Hamilton. 637. More Butterscotch Bites. Sheriff Eads, $10. You're out, Rodney Clifton. All right, there we go. Here we go. A few more, y'all. Call on in. 600. That apricot cake, $26. It looks like Alice Martian. Carol Talley, you're out. 613. 2 cups of Rotel. Terry Tennant says that's item 613. Terry Tennant says $20. Linda Frazier, you're out. All right. 620. The Italian ice cream cake, farm by Chuck Burgess. LaFronda, you're out. Vicki Daniel says $32 on 620. On 620. All right, the perfume spray, we're up to $30. That's item 644. Tia Brown says $30. Jody Barry, you're out. Oop. All right, 647. The small, the hummingbird. Ashley Golden donated that. $15. You're out, Carol Zawinski. Famous chewy brownies in pecan, $6.57. Debbie Hill says $30. You're out, Mac Adams. You've been hit up here at the last minute, Mr. Mac. Call in here and see if you can win $6.57. All righty. All right, folks. TikTok, it's getting close. The timekeeper hasn't got to me. I see some phones coming up, so I'll get a few more rebids in as we can go. 648, Pollination Station. Laura Spann says 20. You're out. Caleb Fuller. Italian ice cream is back up. Laura Spann says $40 on the 620. Vicki Daniel, you're out. Carol Talley's back in here on item 600, the nectar cake. Carol Talley's got the high bid. Alice Marshall, you're out. Carol Talley has $30 on 600. The canvas pitcher, $5, $6.55. $6.57. The famous chewy brownie, $6.57. Debbie Hills at $30. Let's see who. You're out, Mac Adams, on $6.57. All right, $6.58. Debbie Martin says $20. Diane Christensen, you're out on $6.58. Okay. All right, Butterscotch Bites, $6.30. Vicki Daniel, you're out. Amanda Humphreys says $10 on item 630. $6.49, the homemade coconut cake. Allie Hill says $45. LaFronda, you're out on $6.49. The Spice Coffee, Terry Tennant, you're out. Allie Hill says $15 on 603. 644, the Coach Spray, Vicky Dawson says 32. Tia Brown, you're out. Tia, you're out. 644. When we're done. You want to, however you want to do it.
If you will, read them off for me.
I will. Okay.
That's kind of some of the closer.
All right.
Just don't stop talking. Keep on talking.
All right, here we go. We're closing up. The timekeeper is called. The bids or phone bids are shut down at 2:55. So the final bids, we're tallying those. I want to thank today's participating organizations. Let me get right here where we at. First Bank, Morrison Fuson, Dickson First Methodist Church, Dickson Title. It says RTBO, Miss Lolly's Baked Goods, and Cornerstone Animal Hospital were our sponsors for today. We'd like to thank them for making that commitment. It takes a whole lot of stuff to pull this off, folks, and our sponsors give very big of their heart and their checkbook to make this possible. So tomorrow, to remind you, the 14th, we'll have Mount Sinai Community Church, Sylvia Baptist, Dickson Healthcare and Rehab, Cumberland Presbyterian Church, Water Street Church of Christ, and High Cotton will be our sponsors for tomorrow. Just a reminder, items must be delivered by 11 a.m. to be included in that day's auction. So if you got any, particularly food, a lot of food comes in during the morning. So encourage the successful bidders to please come by here before 5 o'clock to pick up and pay for your items that you've won. I'll be reading that list here in a minute. The Tense Center is open every weekday. We open up at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to see and place bids. You can be here and live bid off the floor. Like I say earlier, come and check out some of the future items that we're going to be putting up for auction. And all right, and thank you again to today's Cancer Crusade auction. Okay, hold on, I'm going to get back. I'm going to start calling. I've been told I've called the bids. So if you hear your name, head on up this way. George Duffy, we're going to start with you, 214. George Duffy, you won, 214. Sherry Fielder, 264. You won that, Miss Sherry. 351. Get them out. Oh, okay. Let me back up. Miss Janie done got on me here. George. All right. George Duffy, $20, 214. Will that work, Miss? All right.
Who bought it
All right.
and the amount.
Okay. I'm going to practice on this. 214, George Duffy, $20. Between Miss Janet and Miss Jones, I might make a radio announcement someday. 264, Sherry Fielder, $50. 351, Hazel Craig, $15. 473, Miss Carol Talley at $5. 582, Miss Dolores Clifton at $30. 585, Brenda Walker at $15. 586, Diana Moore, $3. 587, Laura Spann at $55. 595 is going to be, looks like Erlene Heath at $25. 596, Renee Vestal at $45. 597, papers are sticking together. Here we go. Okay, yeah. 597, Tia Brown at $30. 598, Diane Christensen at $25. 599, Carol Talley at $12. 600, Carol Talley at $30. 601, Miss Debbie Miller at $20. 602, Alice Marshall at $40. 603, Allie Hill at $15. 604, Brenda Walker at $40. 605, Whitney Qualls at $20. 606, Kara Zuowski, $15. 607, Diane Christensen, $10. 608, Allie, is that Annie or Allie? Marshall? $60 on 608. 612 is Joey Stinson at $18. 613 is Terry Tennant at $20. 614 is Brenda Walker at $30. 615 is Nancy Robertson at $13. 616 is William Hall at $15. 617 is Vicki Dawson at $35. 618 is Vicki Owens at $15. 619 is Kayla Fuller at $20. 620 is Laura Spann at $40. 621 is Renee Vestal at $30. 622 is Jackie Fayette at $30. 623 is Glenda Sullivan at $20. 624 is Brenda Walker at $10. 625 is Tia Brown at $20. 626 is Jody Bear at $10. 627 is Tim Eads at $10. 628 is Tia Brown at $10. 629 is Renee Vestal at $25. 630 is Amanda Humphreys at $10. 631 is Terry Tennant at $5. 632 is Jaden Worrell, $5. 633 is Becky Vado at $17. 637 is me at $10. 641 is Betty Gilmer at $15. 642 is Nancy Robertson at $28. 643 is Elaine Heath at $10. 644 is Vicki Dawson at $32. 645 is Carol Zawowski at $20. 646 is Diane Christensen at $25. 647 is, looks like Debbie, I can't make out the last name. $15, Debbie, so 647. If you're named Debbie, I don't know how many Debbies might show up. 648, Laura Spann, $20. Debbie, you know who you are. If you made a $10 bid, you won that. Street. Okay, I'm sorry, the ink was smudged. Sorry about that, Miss Debbie Street. Now we won't have 20 Debbies show up. 649, Angie Hill, $45. 650, Larry Miller, $50. Larry Miller again, 651, $100. Rodna Adams, $30 on 652. I'm getting out of order here. 652 is Rodna Adams, $30. 653, Jordan Vaughn, $5. 654, Rodna Adams, $20. 655, Jordan Vaughn, $5. 657, Debbie Hill at $30. 658, Debbie Martin at $20. 659, Carol Talley at $20. And 660, Renee Vestal at $35. So I believe we got them all. If you're not sure, you can call up here and somebody will figure it out for you. So I don't know where I'm at. Am I supposed to close this now and say, oh, a quick reminder, while Applebee's on the 21st, lunch or dinner, dine-in or carry-out, 25% donated to the Cancer Auction Crusade. So anyway, I think that's about where we're at. A reminder to be back up here tomorrow. Tune in on 101.5 The Ride and listen to us. And we'll be auctioning off more great items tomorrow. I encourage you to come by here and check out all the stuff in person. They're doing the Creekwood's doing a great job. Give them a shout out. They're doing a great job getting this, I guess, on Facebook Live, or they're streaming it, and a young man's walking around with the camera trying to show you folks some stuff. So y'all keep it up and keep tuning in and come see us tomorrow.